Hey everyone, it's Declan here from Central YMCA. I hope you're keeping well and keeping safe during this time. It is Sunday today, so I decided just to do a little bit of a sort of standing chair-based stretch session. Bear in mind, there's quite a lot on the Central YMCA YouTube channel. If you go to the playlist button, and you click on that, it'll kind of give you a menu. So there's some stretch sessions, chair-based, floor-based, some Pilates, some supple strength yoga, some Zumba Gold. So have a look and see. There may be a workout or two that you've missed out on. Give it a go, see what you think. Please add in the comments section below. Let me know what you think. But for today, I just thought it would be fun just to revisit some of those sort of not basic stretches, but just ones that you should be doing on a regular basis to reduce any stiffness, tightness in joints, muscles, and hopefully improve your flexibility over time. Bear in mind, please, that if you are stretching regularly, you should be aiming to do it at least 3 to 5 times a week, if you can. Stretching should be kind of something you can do pretty much on a kind of a regular basis, because you can do them maybe around lunchtime, mid-afternoon, or late afternoon. It's really up to you. But for today, we're going to revisit some of those stretches. So bear in mind, before you stretch, you should have done some sort of a warm-up. So maybe you've gone out for a walk, maybe you've gone for a cycle, or you've done some gardening or housework, and you've been moving. It's always good just to do it once the muscles, the joints have warmed up a little bit. So just do bear that in mind. But to start off with, all we need for today is you just need a chair. So just have a quick look. It's a basic solid chair, solid back, preferably not a couch. And I've got a cushion here, which is optional. You don't have to have one. You can just sit on the base of the chair. But if you have any kind of lower back tightness, sometimes having a little bit of an elevation on the chair does help. Make sure you've got some water behind you or next to you as well, and we'll get started. Bear in mind, it's going to come into the camera, if you have any injuries or anything that you are working with, listen for modifications, because I will give some modifications. But let's just come to standing for a couple of seconds. Just going to move the chair back a little bit. Just take a few seconds now to come to your breathing pattern. You always need to come back to your breath. Line up the toes and the ankles, and then just step out the heels and then the toes. You've got a nice parallel position through your feet. Your knees are lined up with the ankles and the hips, and your shoulders are soft. A couple of deep breaths in and out. We can breathe in and out through the nose here if you like, or in through nose, out through mouth. It's entirely up to you. Just connect with your breath now. Just a few minutes now to quieten in your mind. Let anything go that's bothering you or worrying you. Just take some time out now. A few gentle breaths in and out. And then we're just going to slowly and carefully take a seated position on the chair. So again, keeping the feet slightly apart. The knees are bent. The ankles are in line with the knees. Your hands are just resting comfortably on your knees. You can close your eyes if you like for a couple of breaths here. Just soften your forehead and soften your jaw, and just focus. Good, lovely. Opening the eyes if you had them closed. A couple of seconds now just to loosen up. Take the arms to the side of the body. Option 1 is just to keep the arms down and just gently start to roll your shoulders, consciously letting go of any tension around the neck and around the shoulder area. If you like, you can start to bring the elbows out slightly and just do some bigger shoulder rolls now, just loosening up through the shoulder girdle. So a couple of times forward and then a couple of times back, keeping your spine lengthened. So really focus on lifting out of the waist. A few times forward, a few times back. and release. Start to move your wrists a little bit here, so your palms are up to the ceiling, palms down. Just consciously loosening up the area through your wrist area. Move your fingers. Smaller joints need to move as well, so just give them a little bit of conscious movement now through your body. Start to gently tighten the abdominal area in, so you keep the tightness around your navel. Try and hold on to that for the rest of the session, and come back to your breath. Keeping the spine elevated, we're going to take the arms down to the side. We're going to look forward. This time around, we're going to place your fingers on your shoulders. We're going to lift out to the side and then drop them in. So just a nice gentle, almost like the wings of a bird, just lifting them in, lifting up, nice and easy, nice and slow, nothing too quick. Consciously loosening up the shoulders, just an inward, outward movement. And if this is uncomfortable, remember your first option. I'll just demonstrate that quickly. If you're happy doing this, just keep going. Option 1 is just to keep the arms down and roll the shoulders out, loosening up the neck. Good. Now lift one arm up. Allow it to simply drop to holding onto the ear. Take the other arm and lengthen it, and then gently allow your head to bend to the side. Feel a gentle stretch through your neck. Don't force it. Allow it to happen. Just loosening up through your neck. And then gently release. Take that arm down. Lift. Again, bend to the elbow. Hold on to the side of the ear. Arm is gently pushing down to the floor. And then you gently allow the head to drop to the side. Not forcing it, allowing it to happen. Feel a stretch through your neck joint. Just a few of these for 3, for 2, and for 1. Good, lovely. Shoulder roll again. This time around, take your feet out slightly. Make sure the feet are still planted firmly to the floor. Bring your arms up, palms face down. And all I want you to do now is breathe in. And as you breathe out, look over one shoulder, keeping the spine lifted. Inhale back to your center. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. So a little bit of rotation for your spine now, but not forcing it. Just gently allowing yourself to go back as far as you feel comfortable. Getting some mobility through the spine. You can make the move a little bigger each time if you like. Good work, everyone. Let's do 2 more and 1 more. And then just release, arms lower down slowly, and you rest. You may have felt your shoulders working there a little bit. If you did, just loosen them up again, as loose as you can. This time around, we're going to cross one arm over the side of one leg. With the other arm, you're going to simply hold on to the back of the chair. You're going to lift. And we're going to hold the stretch now for a few breaths, looking over the shoulder. Still keeping the spine lengthened, everyone, so don't collapse down. Feel like a piece of string was pulling you up. And then slowly release. Hold. Swap to the other side. The other arm gently holding onto the back of the chair. You lift out of the hip. You look over the shoulder and breathe. So this is rotation for your spine now. Nice to do if you've been sitting at a desk, doing some work, just to kind of loosen up the spine and then gently release back to your center. Shuffle forward a few inches in the chair, keeping your feet flat. We're going to inhale the arms up, reach, exhale, come down. And again, gentle breath in, lift. And release. Good work. 1 more time. Reach. Don't hunch the shoulders up. And release. Take the arms up. Palms are facing down. We're going to do a gentle breaststroke move now. Just gently allowing the arms to open out. And then the elbows come in. And you just gently reach. So just almost like you're in water, except you're on dry land. We're just mobilizing chest, shoulders here. Keep your chin parallel to the floor. No fast moves. Now we place one hand down and we just do a single arm breaststroke movement. Just again, working your shoulder joint in different planes of movement. Then we swap and the other arm lifts and we do single arm. The benefit of doing single arm is, again, if you have any injuries, you might not be able to do the move on both sides. So you can just focus on one side of the body, or you can alternate if you wish, whatever feels safe for you, and then release. Shoulder roll out. Good. So we've done a little bit of breaststroke now, just to get the shoulders to move. From here, we're going to inhale the arms up, forward of the body now, reach. We're going to exhale the arms down in a circle. We're going to come back to our start position. So we're going to reach up without hunching the shoulders up. So kind of an arm circle. We're going to start to speed that up now, just taking that move, opening up the shoulders and the chest, focusing on your breath. So breathing in as you lift, breathing out as you come down. Good, lovely work. One more here. Now we're going to challenge that and we're going to do one arm at a time. So again, just getting the less dominant side of the body to work independently is good. Just do one more on this arm, please, and then we're going to release. Let's lift the other arm up, take it slightly back, and come back to your center. So again, just a gentle movement now, just allowing the shoulders to move softly, no tension in the face, and release. Good, lovely. Shake out the shoulders again, loosen up the neck, look down, look up a few times just to get some sense of where, if the neck is tight, if so, where it is, and release. Lovely work. Shake out the legs. Just do a gentle little kick here, maybe move the ankle a little bit here, point the toes, wriggle the toes a little bit, wake up the smaller joints now in the lower extremities of your body. Remember, your toes help with everyday balance, so you need to work them occasionally. Try not to forget about them. One thing I did forget to mention at the beginning of this is ideally you should be in bare feet for this. If you wish to wear shoes, that's fine. But I like the sense of being in bare feet at home just because it allows you to move your ankles and your toes a little bit more. Place your hands on your hips and just gently lift one heel and then the other. So just get a sense of the ankle joint now, the toe joints, just loosening up, lift and then lower the heel, alternating here just to get some movement through the lower body now, and then release. Good. Now from here, we're going to take one leg out to the side. Be mindful of any hip issues, then the other. So you're sort of sitting quite wide now, and your toes are laterally rotated, so pointing out to the side. We're going to draw the navel in again. We're going to lift up, keeping the spine long. A couple of deep breaths in. Place your hands here, just on the side of the knee, and then gently lean forward. Now, as you lean forward, look forward. You feel a stretch through the inner thighs. Don't force it. Only go as far forward as you can feel. Okay, that's far enough. It's not about feeling excruciating pain. We're just wanting to give the inner thighs a little bit of a stretch here and release. We're going to repeat some of these standing in a few minutes. And then release. Round through the spine, lift up. Shake out your hands, place them back onto the side. Inhale. Exhale. Gently lean forward. Keep looking ahead of you. Don't look towards the floor. Feel the stretch through the inner thigh area. Breathe. It's quite a nice one to do again, just to open up an area that often feels quite tight. And then gently release. Come back to your seated position and rest. Bring your leg in. Now, we're going to take one leg and we're going to lift it up onto the thigh of the other. So take a few seconds here. You can move the ankle clockwise, anti-clockwise here, wriggle the toes again. Just get a sense of mobility through your ankle joint. Keep the chest lifted. We're going to gently place one hand down to the side here of the knee that's bent. And we're going to just gently lean over to the side and just give it a very slight push down. So you should feel a stretch through the glute, the buttock, and maybe through the hip. Just breathe into that so you're leaning slightly over to the leg that you have got. Lift it up and breathe. Hold that. Now slowly and carefully release. You can support the knee, lift it up, and place it safely down. Repeating on the other leg now, please. So we're going to lift up. Just take your time here. Don't force it. If you have a knee injury, I will give you an option for this in a sec. So maybe just have a little break here. Have a water break if you need to. Place the leg sitting cross-legged. Place the hand to the side of the knee. Lift up out of the hips. Look up. Soften your shoulders, please. And then lean gently over to the side here. Like you were sort of pushing the knee down to the floor, but not forcing it. And again, you can move the ankle. You can see in the screen how I'm kind of moving my ankle here, wriggling my toes a little bit, just getting some circulation down to those smaller areas of the body. It's a good one to do if you do a lot of walking, just to kind of keep the ankle joint mobile. And then gently lift up. Support the knee again from the side. Lift and then lower down. Check it out. So you kind of should have felt a little bit of a stretch to the side where my hands are here. Travel forward a little bit now in the chair, but again, try not to kind of collapse down. Keep lifted. So keep that tightness through the navel. Extend. Now, this is if you have a knee injury, and the previous stretch we did was a little bit difficult. The option here is to actually have the leg extended out. And then you very gently can just bring the leg up like this. It can either be below your knee or just slightly up. You lift and then you just lean to the side. That's just a little bit of a modification now. Still stretching the side of the hip, but except you have the leg extended out. So we're not lifting this leg up as high. So you can play with that a little bit if you need to. Just be safe, please. Release. We'll just do one on the other side, just to stretch it out. And again, this side is a little tighter for me, so I'm not going to lean too far to that side. I'm just going to lift up and gently push down. And I can really feel the side of my hip stretching there. There's just a very slight tinge, but it's enough for today for me. So remember to listen to your body. Every day is going to be different. And breathe. Lovely. And then just release. You can bring the leg up and you can lift. Okay, so we've kind of got some stretches going through our upper body, some mobility. We're going to come back to the upper body now. We've got the lower body moving a little bit. We're going to take one arm, we're going to cross it over the chest like this. With the free arm, we're going to slowly come up from the top and we're going to draw that in. Now you should feel the stretch through the side of your shoulder. You can move your fingers here and your wrists, just as we did with our ankles. Just give them a little bit of a wave around, your thumb, your small finger, index finger, middle finger, just to let go of any tension there. And then we're going to release the arm down. We're going to cross the other arm over. We're going to lift up. We're going to draw this in and feel that stretch through the side of the body. Hold that and breathe. It's quite a nice one to do if your shoulders are tight. Holding it and breathing into it. And then we're going to release. Good. Nice work. Shoulder roll out. So we've got those shoulders loosened up. We've got the chest, the spine, and we're now going to come to a standing position. So in my previous videos, we've done sit to stand. So again, we need to engage our abdominal muscles here. Have your feet flat on the floor, please. Bring them slightly behind the knees. You can come up to standing safely in your own way, or challenge yourself, rock your body weight forward, look up. You might want to hold on to a wall if you like. And then you're going to slowly lean up and come up to standing. Shake out the legs a little bit and just get a sense of how you feel. Loosen up the hips. Lovely work. All right, I'm going to change the chair position now slightly so you can see me from the side. You've got a good sense of my spine. So we're going to come back to seated. And again, we're not just going to collapse down. We're going to stand tall. Chair is behind us, so make sure it's behind you. Feet in line with the hips. Look up, suck the navel in. Gently and slowly go into almost a squat position. Lean down, and we've hit the chair. So again, using your core muscles, doing sit to stand, that always is a functional exercise. Do it safely and do it properly. Loosening up the spine a little bit now. Seated position, seated cat stretch. We're going to inhale. We're going to start to round forward, drop your chin down, allow yourself just to flex forward, keep your feet flat, and then we're slowly going to come back up. Allow your head to come up last, look forward, soften your shoulders. And again, inhale, exhale, chin drops, and we round. Almost like we were leaning forward to scoop something up, round the spine. You can do a gentle rock side to side here if you like. And then we're slowly going to come back up. So just mobilizing the spine, softening the shoulders at the top. Take a few seconds here. Watch for any dizziness or anything like that, particularly if you're on any blood pressure tablets. Go a little slower. Maybe don't go down as far. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Round. Lower, 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 round. Now you can just relax here. Don't look around. Just soften your head down. Shake your head yes, no, maybe. Feel the stretch in the lower spine. A couple of gentle breaths in, and then you slowly come back up. Head comes up last, and you release. And already my spine feels a little more mobile than earlier on. So I can feel I've got some movement there again. It's a good one to do if you suffer from any stiffness in your lower back or your mid back, or even around the shoulders. And in previous videos, there's floor-based cat stretch for those who feel safe getting down to the floor. So we've got our spine moving now. So from here, we're going to do a seated hamstring stretch. So again, I'm going to shuffle forward slightly here. I'm going to show you the option for a standing one as well. We're going to extend one leg out, place your heel down on the floor. You can see how I'm doing that. The other leg remains bent, foot flat on the floor. We're going to inhale the arms up. We're going to exhale and just gently lean forward here and allow ourselves to release. Now already I can feel quite a strong pull through the back of my leg. That's far enough. Don't push down, don't force it, just relax into it, hold it. Toes curling towards you here. So ankle is dorsiflexed and breathe. Hamstrings are big muscles, so they tend to be fairly tight. So it's a good one to do regularly, your hamstrings. Release that stretch, allow that leg to come in, extend the other leg out, toes in, lift. So again, we're not rounding and sinking, we're keeping lifted. We inhale the arms up, we exhale, and we slowly come forward. And again, just allow the toes to curl in. Feel the back of the leg really stretching out there. It's meant to feel a little uncomfortable, but not painful. Just bear that in mind. Breathe into it. Holding it for about 30 seconds, maybe a little bit longer if you've got time. You can always pause the video, hold them a little longer if you like, or do them on your own without, when you're doing it without the YouTube channel. And then slowly release and shake out that leg. Good. Excellent. We're going to come back up to standing now. Same position. Bring your feet in line with your knees, please. Look up. Don't look down towards the floor. Suck the belly button in. Chest lifted. Inhale. Rock the body weight forward. Strong push up through your thighs and release. Okay. Option 2 for your hamstrings. You can actually use the chair if you like. If the chair is a little bit too much, I am also going to suggest that you use maybe a kind of a footstool if you have one at home. But if your hamstring muscles that run here are really tight, option one, hold onto a wall, place the heel on the chair, bend the supporting knee, and slowly lean forward. Really feel that through the back of the leg. Actually feels really good after a little while. Don't push down, just relax the upper body. And again, if this is too much, you can also just use a slightly lower base and use a footstool if you like, or a lower chair, and just breathe. Wriggle the toes a little bit here as well, and then release. You're going to do the other side as well, so you can use the chair or the footstool if you've got one, and lean forward. Can you see how my spine is not collapsing? I'm lifting and I'm breathing into it, feeling it in the hamstrings. It's a really good feeling, actually. Hold it, wriggle the toes a little bit, and gently release, step away, shake it out. So those were two options for your hamstring stretch. I'm going to grab some water because my throat's getting very dry. So if you can, grab some water as well. Okay. Now, front of the leg. So for this, you have two options. Okay. You can hold on to the chair. Done this in previous videos. You can bend the knee, and this might be enough for you. Just keeping your hips in line, feeling an opening through the front of the leg. If you can, safely, gently hold on to the ankle and lift up. Do that. Please don't force it. Breathe. Keep your eye line forward. Hold on to the chair or a wall if you need to, and release. And then gently, slowly let the leg lift. We're going to repeat on the other side. I'm going to do it facing away from the camera. So again, my hips are in line. Option one is you bend, you stay here. Holding on for balance or testing your balance, you choose. Option two, hold on around the ankle and lift. A couple of deep breaths in and out. Chest is lifted, eye line is forward. You fall out, get back in, and release slowly when you're ready. If you need to, a little modification on that one is to place your knee on the chair and then lean forward, and you can also just very gently hold on to the ankle. You can see how I've got my knee on the chair now. Quite a nice one to do if you have any hip or knee issues. Gives you a bit of extra support. If holding on to the ankle is impossible and uncomfortable, you can just let it go and focus on letting the knee soften onto the chair and staying here for a little while, and then stepping away safely. I'll do the other one facing away from the camera. Same thing. Knee onto the chair. Do a little test. See if you can hold the ankle safely and lift. Toes are pointed. Chest is lifted. Spine is lengthened. And release, or again, stay here and then step safely away from the chair. So those are just some modifications that I wanted to remind you of if you have any kind of hip or knee issues. So I'm just going to turn the chair around to the side. We're going to do a little bit of a standing stretch out for the shoulders. So we need a little bit of space behind us for this. Widen your stance, so your feet are a little bit wider than your hips, and just do a couple of hip circles here. So just kind of roll the hips here, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Bend your knees, stick your bottom out, just consciously loosen up, keeping the abdominals tight, keeping everything relaxed. A few times clockwise, anti-clockwise. Placing the heel of the hand down, we're going to bend your knees and we're going to slowly just let our hips sink back and down. Soften your head. A couple of deep breaths in here. We'll let your hips sway gently side to side. Feels really nice through your shoulders, through your hips. We're going to slowly come up, almost like cobra, and we're going to walk forward. We're going to stand tall and just release a few times here. Roll the shoulders forward and back. Just open up. Let's repeat that. So, heel of your hand is at the top of the chair. Walk back, widen your stance, please, slightly. And then bend the knees. Allow your hips to sink back and down. Straighten the arms. And then again, just kind of gently hold still. Or you can just gently rock side to side. Let your head be heavy. Just relax it. A couple of gentle breaths in and out. Feel the stretch through the shoulders. And then we're slowly going to inhale, lift our head up. And we're going to slowly come back up. We're going to walk forward and release down. So that was really hitting kind of our lap area, shoulder and neck area, and just kind of giving everything a little bit of a mobility stretch. We're going to do a roll down now. So this is just going to release our hamstrings, lower back. Any blood pressure issues, be mindful of this. Go a little slower. Don't roll down as fast. So I want your knees. So I want you to have your ankles and toes lined up again. Step out with your heels and then your toes. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Draw the belly in. Inhale. Exhale, drop your chin and just let yourself roll forward and down. So you don't have to go too far here. You can just stop when you need to stop. You can fold and hold on to the elbows. Maybe watch me do this first, and then you can do it the second go. Gently rock side to side. If it feels safer, you can place your hands on the floor. Feel the stretch through the lower back, through the glutes, the hamstrings. Slowly and gently uncurl, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head comes up last, shoulders soften at the top. Second set, I'm demoing from the side. Stand tall, look forward. Find your breath, draw your navel in, bend your knees, breathe in. Breathe out, drop your chin down, look to the floor, and then start to roll through your spine, bone by bone by bone. Allow everything to soften. You can place your hands on the floor again if you like. Hold on to your ankles, hold on to the elbows, rock side to side. Hold still. Now slowly and gently come back up. Head comes up last, shoulders soften, release. Take a few seconds, catch your breath, do a quick body scan, check you're not feeling dizzy. If you are, please sit down, drink some water, take 5. Facing forward, stand nice and tall. Just move the chair out of the way. We're going to do a nice gentle, 3 gentle breaths in. We're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale them out, down. Breathing in, lift, breathing out. One more time, lift, and then we're going to release down. Well done, everyone. Well done to everyone who's watching the channel, my YMCA club members, and people watching all over the world. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the lovely feedback. And do remember that there's loads of different workouts, some strength training ones using water bottles, or you can use weights if you have them at home, and Zumba Gold as well. If you just feel like doing some cardiovascular exercise to get the heart rate up and have a little bit of fun. And I will keep doing the YouTube videos, even though we have reopened now. We're lucky enough to have been able to reopen the club. But I'm conscious that there are still people who are staying at home for safety and various reasons. So I will keep them coming, but let me know if there's anything you want more of or less of. I'm going to try and do some more Pilates ones as well coming up, and some more Zumba. And yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you for supporting the YMCA charity, the club, during this time. It's been a long 5 months, but hopefully we're starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. Take care, everyone, and I will see you soon. Happy Sunday and happy week ahead. Thank you. Bye, everyone.